Good evening. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday. Happy Saturday. I wish it was weekend still. It's Monday morning tomorrow, guys, but that's okay. We are doing all right. I gotta tell you, I was vaccinated 7 days ago in a pharmacy, and it was not something I really wanted to do. I gotta tell you, I thought long and hard about it because I have had allergic reactions to the flu shot in the past. 20 years ago, I had a flu shot that was a terrible reaction. So in that regard, I was not really excited about doing it and worried about the reaction. And everybody in my family is pretty much up to date with their vaccines, like regular vaccines. My kids have been, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I believe in vaccines for kids, and we did all our vaccines. My grandchildren are vaccinated. So we are pro-vaccine in our family. And I just believe that things like polio and TB, and my grandmother suffered. She actually had TB, and it was dormant, but she was always a threat her entire life. It was a threat. So the vaccination for TB, for polio, were things that were very seriously taken in my home growing up, and we were vaccinated, and so are my kids, like I said. I was vaccinated with the Moderna vaccine due to that allergy thing. I am 55. I've had people ask me, how did I get in? It's because I'm 55, and I'm a caretaker of a senior person, and I am also allergic to the traditional vaccine and the egg value that's in that, or something that's in those vaccines, that I just have these massive hives and whatever. Anyway, I wanted to speak to you because I think it's important that we look at the model that Israel has. Israel has vaccinated their entire population. They paid a premium for their vaccines. They paid more than everybody else to get those vaccines based on um, the threat that they are constantly living under. They are always in, at war and fight or flight mode. They're always in that protect themselves mode, and they got their stuff together, meaning, and this, I look at this as a very positive thing. Why? Because it's a model that we can follow. It's great to go be vaccinated, but the ambiguity and the feeling that we're not going to succeed even if we are vaccinated is daunting. I've had this, should I vaccinate? Should I vaccinate? If I have to wear a mask anyway, what's the point of vaccinating? And so on. I'm like everybody else, questioning what we're doing. And I look at Israel, and I feel that that is a beacon of hope for us, and hopefully we can follow that. It's time to copy your neighbor's term paper, guys, because if they're doing well, then let's just do that. As far as getting vaccinated, I understand the concerns. Like I said, I am also a very organic person when it's possible. I'm very organic in the house. Obviously, I hit the McDonald's like everybody else, but for the most part, we try and stay organic because of my extreme allergies. That said, I think it's time to, if we can spray pesticides, do Botox, get fillers in your face, put creams on that make your skin change color, go to the tanning bed. We do all kinds of things that are not so great for our health. And we do them, and we know we're doing them. And it's not the time to take this one vaccine and do the whole I'm not going to dirty my body thing. Because let's be honest, if you've got a citronella candle outside from off, you're using chemicals. Like, if you use Windex in your house, you can get this vaccine. If you're healthy, obviously you have to consult with your doctor. I am no doctor. I'm not telling you what to do with your body. All I'm saying is, let's try and not get all wrapped up in this one vaccine. The AstraZeneca and the other one that's the similar was Johnson and Johnson. They are based, from what I've learned and what I've studied, they are based in an older technology, whereas the newer ones with the Moderna and the Pfizer are based with RNA, which is a technology which I asked my doctor that speaks to our DNA. That's a newer technology, though it is old. It's 30 years old. It's just not 100 years old like other vaccines that are, the polio vaccine was based in something that we understand better. So, anyway, I'm not trying to be a doctor here. I'm just saying, I think if we follow the example of Israel, if we get ourselves vaccinated and get this done, we will inevitably be better off. I worry also because I'm worried that the variant is not going to be impacted by the COVID vaccine that we're taking. And there's so much jumble of information. There's an onslaught of information that's daunting to all of us. It's terrifying. But think about it. If we do other things, like if you put pesticides on your lawn, then you can do this vaccine. If you accept the fact that the entire North American society is injecting our ash trees with tree azin, which is an That treason is a pesticide that goes into our ash trees that has not been fully studied and was inoculating trees long before they had the astral designation. And that there is a remnants of that in our drinking water. So if that doesn't throw your mind into a tailspin, I don't know what does. So those are the kinds of things we've missed a lot of. This is so in the news and so hyper and so noticeable because all we do is hear about it that we're freaking out. Whereas we've done things like this before. It just wasn't under a microscope, and not every single person was doing it at the exact same time. So that's where I'm going. Today I looked at the site about an hour and a half ago because somebody was asking me how to get a vaccine. I went on the Click Sante. I got to tell you, there were 19 different locations that still had locations and appointments available. So that's something to consider. Get on the Click Sante, and you know what? It's time. I'm pretty sure this week, let's be honest, they're going to probably lower the age group because there are so many appointments available. You can also go to the ones that are walk-in clinics. Those walk-in clinics, you can get your vaccine done. I've seen several mayors in our community in the West Island that are out there doing them. They've done it. They've seen it. It takes 20 minutes. You're in, you're out, and that's it. Danielle, my husband, had AstraZeneca. I had Moderna based on that allergy thing and the fact that I'm a caregiver to some seniors. So we've had the gamut. Ashley had Pfizer, Dan had AstraZeneca, and I had Moderna. Like one more. If DJ comes home from hockey, we'll have the whole four. We'll have all of it in our house. So we've got all that done, and we lived to tell about it. And I think it's just time to check out the Click Sante. I think the government, with any logic, will be bringing the age number down, and get in line. Don't hesitate. Like today, there was a there was appointments at the Jean Talon location, Jean Talon location. There was extra spaces. So don't hesitate to call up and see, are there any leftover vaccines at the end of the day from somebody that didn't show up? I know it's a long shot, but if you're interested in that, that's something that you can do. You can also stop by and hang out. I mean, it was a gorgeous day. So what was the difference heading to Jean Talon? And it happened. Ashley got a vaccine based on the fact that she was there at the right place at the right time, and there was leftovers. So check that out. It's worthy of your attention. The pharmacy, the Pharmacist Association, the Canadian Pharmacist Association did a study, and most of us would like to get vaccinated in a pharmacy. I'm one of those people. I think that's very civilized, and what to do is a very civilized thing to do, or in your doctor's office, obviously. But there are thousands of pharmacies already in play. 1,500 pharmacies across Quebec are involved in this, and more coming. And there are more vaccines coming, obviously. So that's the greatest push to me. It's very civilized to head over to your pharmacy, get a vaccine. Like once they do the general population release the age thing, I don't care if we get it in a park. Let's just do it. Let's just get it done. And hopefully we can mimic Israel and their peace of mind that they must be having right now as they can go about their life in a normal way. So that's really what I want to let you know. Share my experience with you. That thank you very much for the stars. I really appreciate that, Maxine. Maxime. Um, I think that was it. I just wanted to share my experience with you and that I've done it. My whole family has vaccinated and we are ready to roll, and we are still wearing our masks and we are still washing and we are still trying hard not to head on out into there. I'm keeping my bubble quite tight as best as I can. I do, like I said, have a senior to take care of, so that kind of has been my problem since the beginning. I have to head into hospitals pretty much regularly, so it's the hazmat suit and stuff like that. So we've got to, that's just my life right now. And that's the generation I'm in, being 55. I'm a sandwich generation. I've got grandchildren in one hand and I've got seniors in the other hand. And that's the way that goes. And I'm glad that everybody in my house has made it so far, and we're healthy so far, and we are grateful for that. So I want to wish you a wonderful evening, and I have to think that we are heading into a more beautiful time of year that will make us more uplifted. It hasn't been easy. I can't say that I don't have days where I just can't figure out how I'm going to keep on going. So yeah, we're not going to head down that whole path while I'm on air because I'm going to cry, and we don't need me crying, and that's not the thing. So I love you all, and I know a lot of us are struggling, and I consider myself a pretty strong lady, and I'm not always strong. So I'm hoping that this vaccination, I'm looking at it like it's gonna save the day. So I need to look at it that way, and I need to know that the sun is coming out more and more because I need that. The winter's been long, and I had my heart set on April. I really did, and I thought we were going to be kind of like, yay, we're kind of done. And I'm maybe naive, but I was really ready to call it a day. So with this whole pandemic crap. Anyway, I wish you a great evening. I wish you a great rest of your weekend, and get your vaccine so that we can get on with life. Love you lots. Good night.